Hi there and welcome back to Workouts with Allana. Today I'm going to share a few secrets with you. 5 things most personal trainers don't tell you. Now, I may have mentioned a few of these things before, but we're going to list them out here. So number 1, you're not unmotivated. If you're struggling with consistency, you probably just haven't found the workout routine that suits your needs in this season of your life. Well, we talked about this before, right? You need to meet yourself where you're at. You don't need to work out like you did when you were in your 20s. If you're not a competitor or a pro athlete, you don't need to be doing 2 and 3 a days, right? You really need to find something that works for you, because the only way you're going to be consistent is if you do that, if you find something you enjoy. Otherwise, once it feels like a chore and a have to instead of a get to, then you're just not going to do it. Instead of trying to force someone else's ideal schedule or type of workout into your life, find something to move, some sort of movement that you enjoy and that you can fit into your current routine. So this is huge, right? It doesn't matter if Susie Q found XYZ and she's dying for you to come try it. Well, by all means, go ahead. If you want to support her, go to a class. But if you hate it, then don't sign up, right? Don't join, because you're just going to be paying money for something that you're not going to use. You need to really find something that you enjoy. Simple as that. Nutrition is more than just calories in and calories out. Well, yes, it is right at our very basic when we talk about nutrition and energy expenditure. Usually we use this when we're talking about losing weight, which when most people start a program is why they start a program, because they want to lose a few pounds. And it really does come down to calories in versus calories out. But there's always, with everything, it depends, right? So nutrition is multifaceted and it's much more complex than just eat less and move more. That actual line of thinking kind of just makes me cringe, because pretty soon we have people who are doing 2-hour workouts and only eating 1,200 calories, right? Because they haven't been told, they don't know the balance, they don't know the fine line, they don't know that they need to take a diet break. They don't know that they need to do a reverse, etc., etc. Like the science behind nutrition is fascinating. And it doesn't have to be as complicated as people make it seem. The biggest problem I find is that everybody wants everything to happen so quickly, right? And we don't want to put in the work. We want to lose 10 pounds. We want to lose it now because we have something to get to on the weekend and we want to look fabulous. So we just, drink shakes for a week. And then as soon as we put a piece of bread in our mouth, we gain back the 10 pounds that we just lost, and we get frustrated and can't figure out why, right? Because we didn't take the time to do it properly to start with. In fact, this advice is often given without any context and can be harmful for anyone struggling with disordered eating. 100%. This is talking about calories in, calories out. When we say just eat less, move more, usually then we'll also run into a lot of injuries, right? That's when overtraining happens. You're not fueling your body enough to get through your workout, so you, of course, don't have anything left to repair after your workouts, and recovery is just going to be a nightmare because your body is just on overdrive and survival mode. Intensity over effectiveness. Well, this kind of goes in the same train of thought. I know, when I first started into fitness, it's when all the Fit Body boot camps were popping up, and they were popping up everywhere. And granted, like everything, those HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training, they have their place, like everything does, just like cardio does, just like strength training does, but everything has to go in balance, right? And you can't just do one thing over and over and over and over and over again without changing something, or dialing things back a little, or adding something else in, right? Because eventually you're just going to burn yourself into the ground. High intensity workouts have their time and place, but you don't need to get crushed by every workout to make progress towards your fitness goals. So that thing when people say, I didn't even break a sweat in my workout, and they think they didn't get anything done. Well, you don't have to be a puddle after every workout. That isn't the measure of success of a successful workout, is you just feeling like you're going to pass out. It really isn't. Lowering the intensity and focusing on form. We always want to strive for quality over quantity, right? I always say no shitty reps, and I'm sorry for the S word, but it doesn't count, right? If you don't do it properly, it doesn't count. So what's the point? You may as well slow things down and do it properly, correctly, so you're going to get the biggest benefit out of that movement and not hurt yourself in the process. Lowering the intensity and focusing on form, learning a new skill, or improving your mobility is incredibly beneficial to your overall wellness. Again, we don't need to be chasing the scale. There's so many other factors and markers of a successful workout and effective workout. Learning a new skill. It can be anything. It could be learning a new, maybe you've been watching CrossFit and you really want to try some like Olympic lifting or something like that. Maybe you've been struggling with a certain, I don't know, deadlift, or trying to get your squat low enough, or, you know, not having your knees cave in your squat or something like that, right? Maybe you're trying to do some ab work without any momentum and just focusing on your core, whatever it can be. It can be the smallest thing that you may think, but will pay off huge dividends. Weight loss doesn't have to be the goal. I would say chase health and aesthetics will follow, right? All the before and after pictures can make it seem like weight loss is the only accomplishment to be praised when it comes to health and fitness. And oh, isn't the internet just wonderful for this, right? Poisoning our brains to think that we need to fit a certain mold, that everybody on the internet looks just like that. They've got the chiseled body. They eat 100% healthy. They never miss a workout, etc., right? But remember, this is the highlight reel. And those before and after pictures, I love the people who will do a before and after picture, and it'll be like 3 seconds apart, but they've shown what they've done, right? They've changed their pose, they've pulled their tights up higher, they've changed the angle of the camera, right? That's just a few things that they've done just with their phone, not to mention all the people that have the Photoshop and the editors and the crops and the this and the that, and will do that, edit their photos before they post them, right? So we really need to look through a different lens when we're scrolling through our feed, right? And remember that. I know it's hard. I can't remember who that model, I think maybe it was Cindy Crawford, who one time said, like, I wish I looked like the girl on that cover, and it was her on the cover, and even she didn't recognize herself because of all the photoshopping that had been done. So we really do need to just take a step back and remember that those people don't look like that, right? And even the people that, I'm thinking like CrossFit competitors, or bikini competitors, people who are pro athletes. They don't look like that all the time, right? They look like that for their season, and then they have an off season where they actually eat food and they slow down on their workouts and they gain back a little weight. They have to, right? Because you can't look like that all the time. You can't function like that all the time and not have it affect your body, right? Those people that do it over and over and over, they've lost periods, they've lost hair, their hormones are out of whack, their mental relationship with food is skewed, right? They need some serious help. And I've read a number of posts from people who have talked about this after, like, getting out of competing, what it does to their mental state and how they have to basically relearn how to function in their body, relearn how to eat. And then once they put on a little weight and maybe they're not as chiseled as they used to be, which is 100% normal, but then they have to kind of deal with that. Like, it is a whole pile of work. In reality, goals that have nothing to do with weight loss are typically more motivating and make the training process more fun, leading to better consistency in your fitness endeavors. And again, if it's fun and we enjoy it, we're going to stick with it, right? Workouts and nutrition, same thing. If I tell you that all you can eat for the next 8 weeks, 3 meals a day, is chicken